Jason Carter had never been one for blind dates. At 36, he was a single dad juggling 2 jobs and raising his 10-year-old daughter, Lily. Life had a rhythm of its own: wake, work, school run, homework, sleep, repeat. Romance, for him, was something from a different world, a luxury he couldn't afford. So when his best friend, Mark, begged him to go on a blind date in his place, Jason hesitated. Mark, notorious for being unreliable with women, insisted, "Jason, it's just one dinner. You owe me this one favor." With a sigh, Jason agreed, more out of friendship than curiosity. The restaurant was downtown, elegant but cozy, with warm lighting that softened the edges of the world outside. Jason arrived slightly early, running a hand through his messy brown hair and adjusting his casual blazer. He felt awkward, out of place, imagining a room full of well-dressed strangers and conversations he wasn't prepared for. Then she walked in. Her presence was impossible to ignore. Emily Reynolds, the CEO of one of the city's most successful tech companies, moved with a confidence that seemed effortless. At 34, she was striking: sharp green eyes, perfectly styled dark hair falling in soft waves, and an aura of elegance that even the dim restaurant lights could not dull. Her tailored navy suit clung just enough to highlight her figure without seeming excessive. Jason's heart skipped. He had never believed in love at first sight, at least, not for himself. But something about the way Emily smiled, the way her eyes scanned the room and then locked on him with curiosity, made him feel both small and electrified all at once. "Jason?" she asked, her voice smooth and calm, like she was used to commanding attention but still genuinely interested. Yes, I'm Jason." "And you must be Emily?" He stumbled slightly, the words heavy on his tongue. She chuckled, a soft, melodic sound that seemed to linger in the air longer than it should. "That's right. I wasn't expecting someone like you." Jason frowned. "Someone like me? Simple. Genuine. Different." She sat down, and Jason felt the room shrink to just the two of them. The first few minutes were awkward. Jason struggled to sound coherent as Emily effortlessly guided the conversation, her questions precise but friendly. Yet, the more he spoke, the more she seemed interested, laughing at his humor and leaning in when he spoke about Lily. "You have a daughter?" Emily asked, her voice softening. "Yes, 10 years old. She's the light of my life." Jason smiled, a warmth spreading through his chest. "She keeps me busy, keeps me grounded." Emily nodded thoughtfully. "I admire that. Balancing work and family isn't easy." For hours, they spoke. Not about work, not about trivialities, but about life, hopes, fears, mistakes, and triumphs. Jason felt an unusual connection, a pull he couldn't explain. He had never met someone who could see past the surface of things, past his messy life, past his modest apartment, past the exhaustion he often carried in his eyes. Emily, for her part, found herself intrigued by Jason's authenticity. In a world full of facades, boardroom politics, and calculated charm, he was refreshingly real. She was used to people being impressed by her wealth or status. But Jason? He seemed immune to all of it, seeing her for who she was and not what she represented. As the evening drew to a close, neither wanted to leave. Jason walked her to her car, the crisp night air a contrast to the warm glow of the restaurant. "I had a wonderful time," Emily said, her green eyes meeting his. There was an honesty in her gaze that made his heart race. "Me too," Jason admitted, his voice low. "I didn't think. I didn't expect this." Emily smiled, a shy, almost vulnerable expression. "Neither did I." Before he could overthink it, Jason did something that surprised even him. He took her hand gently, holding it with a mixture of caution and longing. "Would you like to do this again?" Her smile widened. "I'd like that." Weeks passed, and what started as a simple dinner turned into a series of dates. They discovered shared passions, hiking, old movies, quiet mornings at coffee shops. Emily was fascinated by Jason's world, the small joys of baking with Lily, the chaos of soccer games, the warmth of bedtime stories. Jason, in turn, was drawn into Emily's world, seeing the challenges behind her success, the dedication behind her calm exterior. One rainy afternoon, Jason and Emily found themselves at a park, watching Lily play with her friends. Emily laughed as Lily showed her a particularly complicated treehouse she had built with her friends. "She's amazing," Emily said, genuinely impressed. Jason's chest swelled with pride. "She takes after her mother," he joked, but the warmth in his eyes was unmistakable. Emily reached for his hand, squeezing it gently. "I'm falling for you, Jason." Jason looked at her, the rain dripping onto their coats, the city bustling around them, and felt a peace he hadn't known in years. "I'm falling for you too, Emily." Hard. Their relationship wasn't without challenges. Their worlds were so different, Jason's modest apartment, Emily's high-rise office, the public scrutiny of her life. But their bond was stronger than any obstacle. They learned to bridge the gap, to respect their differences, and to cherish the moments that truly mattered. Months later, under the golden glow of a sunset, Jason proposed to Emily in the park where they had first shared so many quiet moments together. Lily, standing beside them, cheered as Emily said yes, tears glistening in her eyes. That day, Jason realized something profound. Love didn't have to be complicated. Sometimes, it arrived unexpectedly, in the middle of a favor, on a blind date meant for someone else, in the presence of someone who made your heart feel like home. And as they walked hand in hand, the three of them together, Jason knew one thing for certain: he had found his family, his love, and his forever, all in one breathtaking, unforgettable moment.